Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you're keeping a close eye on the Eagles lately, you've probably seen how the team is in a state of flux, especially when it comes to their star wide receiver, A.J. Brown. And let me tell you, what's happening right now isn't just a small ripple in the water, it's a full-blown storm that could shake up the entire NFC East, and honestly, the Eagles' Super Bowl aspirations. A.J. Brown, who's been one of the most explosive receivers in the league when he's firing on all cylinders, recently made a cryptic post on X, which of course, sent waves through the media and Eagles fans alike. Ever since their 31-25 victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, everyone's been speculating about what's really going on behind the scenes with this talented player. You see, Brown's performance against Tampa wasn't exactly eye-popping. Just 2 catches for 7 yards, targeted 9 times. That's not what we're used to seeing from him, especially considering his reputation as a game-changing receiver. And it's those kinds of performances, combined with his social media activity, that make fans and analysts alike wonder if there's some underlying tension or perhaps a disconnect happening in Philadelphia. But before we jump into the details of what's going on, it's important to understand the context. A.J. Brown arrived in Philly with high expectations, coming off a stellar season where he quickly became a key piece of the Eagles' offensive puzzle. His ability to stretch the field, make contested catches, and be a reliable target for Jalen Hurts has made him one of the most dangerous receivers in the league. This season, he's been a critical part of the Eagles' offense, which, despite some ups and downs, remains one of the highest-scoring teams in the NFL. As of now, they're 7th in the league in scoring, averaging 27 points per game. That's no small feat. But here's the catch. While the offense is putting up points, their overall offensive production, measured in yardage, leaves a lot to be desired. The Eagles are ranked 30th in total offense, averaging just 251.5 yards per game. That discrepancy between scoring and yardage hints at a team that's finding ways to score, even when they don't always move the ball efficiently. Now, coming back to Brown, his recent stat line is exactly what we're used to seeing from him. Despite having a 109-yard game against the Rams earlier in the season, he's been pretty quiet in the subsequent games, with a combined total of just 8 receptions for 42 yards in the last 3 outings. That's not the kind of production that aligns with his reputation or the expectations fans have for him. And what's even more intriguing is the timing of his social media post. After the win over Tampa Bay, he posted something that caught everyone's attention, a cryptic message that many interpreted as a sign of frustration or perhaps a hint at some internal issues. Naturally, fans and media started to speculate, and the Eagles' coaching staff had to respond. Head coach Nick Sirianni was quick to step in, speaking publicly on Monday about the situation. While he didn't reveal much about their private conversations, Sirianni assured everyone that he believes Brown wants to be an Eagle, that he's committed, and that there's no issue with the player's intentions. But let's be honest, when players post cryptic messages on social media, it always raises questions. Is it frustration? Is it something about the team's direction? Or maybe just a moment of emotion that's blown out of proportion? That's why fans and analysts alike are paying close attention to what's happening behind closed doors, especially when it involves a player as talented and crucial as A.J. Brown. Patullo, the offensive coordinator, also weighed in on the situation during the week. When asked about their relationship, he spoke highly of Brown, emphasizing the strong connection they've built over the years. Patullo said, "A.J. and I have a great relationship throughout the years. We spend a lot of time together, great communication. We've had no problems. I know where his heart is, he wants to do anything to help us. As far as I'm concerned, we're in a good spot." Those words are reassuring, but the truth is, the on-field results haven't been matching the expectations. Brown's production has dipped, and that's a concern for the Eagles as they push toward the playoffs. Looking at the broader picture, it's been a challenging season for Brown and the offense as a whole. While Brown had that big 109-yard game against the Rams, he struggled to replicate that level of performance consistently. In the other games, his impact has been minimal, with just 8 receptions for 42 yards in 3 games. That's a sign that defenses are adjusting, and perhaps Brown himself isn't fully in sync with the offense right now. Meanwhile, the Eagles' offense, despite its high scoring, ranks near the bottom in total yardage. That's a concerning trend, especially as teams start to focus on limiting their explosive plays and forcing them into longer drives. The division rivals, like the Dallas Cowboys and New York Giants, are watching this closely, knowing that if the Eagles can't get their offensive rhythm back, it could give those teams a much-needed advantage down the stretch. And let's not forget about the bigger picture here. The Eagles are still a team with Super Bowl ambitions. They've built a roster that's capable of making a deep playoff run, but internal issues like this can derail even the most talented squads. The coaching staff has to find a way to get Brown back to his dominant form, and more importantly, ensure that the team's chemistry remains intact. If the offense can start clicking again, especially with Brown's big play ability, they could be unstoppable. But if the current tensions simmer, or if Brown's frustration boils over, it could create a distraction at a crucial point in the season. Now, I want to bring in some historical perspective here. The Eagles have had their share of ups and downs over the years, but what's remarkable is their resilience and their ability to come together in tough times. Remember, this team has a rich history of overcoming adversity, whether it was reaching the Super Bowl in 2017 or bouncing back from tough seasons. They've always been able to rally around their core players and coaching staff, and that's what makes this moment so interesting. The current situation with A.J. Brown might be a test of their unity, or it could be a catalyst for even greater resolve. The coaching staff, especially Sirianni and Patullo, will need to manage this carefully, making sure the focus remains on winning games and achieving their ultimate goal, another Super Bowl. As fans, we know how talented this team is, and we see the potential in every game. But these internal struggles remind us that success in the NFL isn't just about talent. It's also about chemistry, mental toughness, and communication. The Eagles have all the pieces to make a deep playoff run, but they need to get this situation with Brown sorted out quickly. The good news is that the team's leadership is speaking positively, and Brown himself has expressed a desire to stay committed. Whether this is just a temporary bump in the road or something more serious, the coming weeks will tell us a lot about the true character of this squad. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all of this? Do you think A.J. Brown's recent social media post is just a moment of frustration, or is there something more beneath the surface? How do you see this affecting the team's chances in the postseason? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters, not just to us but to the entire Eagles family. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and the latest news about the Philadelphia Eagles. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and keep supporting your team. Because, in the end, we all want to see the Eagles soar to another Super Bowl victory.